Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Discord.js series. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make a TypeScript bot. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's pretty time consuming. So first thing, I have my TypeScript bot over here. So let me just do npm init -y, so you can just initiate the project. Okay, you can use the VS Code terminal. I'm just gonna use the external terminal because it's more easier. Okay, and then we're gonna install two dev dependencies, which is npm I install -d. We're gonna install TypeScript, and also we're gonna install ts node. So ts node allows you to use it like Node, but for TypeScript, so you don't need to compile it and use it. Okay, so let's just install that. Okay, in the meanwhile, we're gonna create a tsconfig.json, tsconfig tsconfig.json. Okay, and then we're gonna create an object. Okay, and I'm just gonna paste this preset over here. Okay, feel free to pause the video if you want to copy it down. So we're not gonna compile it anywhere actually, because this is not actually necessary, but I'm just gonna put it there just for Okay, so once that's done, we're gonna create a source folder. Okay, let me see if it's installed. Okay, and then we can install some more dependencies. We'll install discord.js mongoose. So for the people that are confused, why am I using discord.js? Because actually TypeScript is actually JavaScript, but it has type annotations. So you can type your code and get less errors, which makes faster production time. So yeah, it's actually just JavaScript. There's no such thing as discord.ts. So yeah, I hope this covers the theory. Okay, so once you have that done, we can start by creating a client. So just create a folder called client, and we're gonna create a folder called commands, and then events, and then interfaces. Okay, one of the best features of TypeScript is it allows interfaces, and then we're gonna get a config JSON, and also lastly index.ts. Okay, so first you want to go to package.json and change the main directory to src/index.ts. Make sure it's that. Okay, and then in the script section, we're gonna change a script. We're gonna change it to start, and then we're gonna make it using ts node dev. Oh, we need to install one more dependency. So npm I -d ts node dev. Just install that, and then we get another dev dependency. Okay, so this is called ts node dev -dash respond, and then dash the transpile only, dash pull /src/index.ts. Okay, so this is the start command, so we can just run npm run start to start it, so we don't need to type this whole thing. So it acts like Nodamon, but yeah, override. Oh shoot. I accidentally clicked on overwrite. So let me just install that, and let's just close this for now. Save. Okay. So we're gonna head on to client, and we're gonna create index.ts. So we're just gonna extend the client for now, and then we're gonna go to interfaces and create some interfaces. So let's just import from discord.js. Okay, so we're gonna import client. So this is basically like cons something equals require is the same thing, but we're just gonna use imports because it's better. Okay, and then we're gonna do class extended client extends, and then client, and then we're gonna make class, and then we're gonna do export default, and then extended client. Okay, so and then we can head on to the interfaces, and we can create some interfaces. So interfaces, we're gonna create a command. Oops, what did I click there? Command.ts, and we're gonna create a event.ts, and then another one called config.ts, and lastly index.ts. So we can export all at once, so we don't need to require different files for so yeah, first we're gonna do commands.ts. Okay, we're gonna import client from dot slash client. Just do this. Okay, by default it's gonna search for index.ts, so you don't need to 5 minutes already. Okay, so you don't need to do in the client slash index.ts because it's already defaulted to index. So you're gonna import Discord. You're gonna take in message. Okay, because it's a command, that's why you need message. And then we're gonna do interface run. We're gonna make an interface. So this gives you IntelliSense, so you don't need to do the param thing that I used to do on every single command in my JavaScript videos. So you can just do this client and a message, and then lastly args will be a string. So you just pass in string, low caps. So make sure it's all low caps because it's TypeScript. So yeah, and then we're gonna export interface command. Okay, name will be string. So if you want an option to be optional, just do this. Like for example, let's just do description. Okay, if you want this to be optional, just add a question mark behind it, and then it won't throw any errors. Okay, so usage, we don't need usage actually. Aliases. Okay, we're gonna cover aliases today also. In today's video, it's gonna be a array of string, and then lastly will be run, and you're gonna pass in the run interface. Perfect. So now let's head on to config.ts, and then let's just export interface config, and token will be a string. So this is the basically this is the schema for config.json, so you can get IntelliSense on the JSON string. Oops, string, and then prefix will be also a string. Okay, and then lastly we're gonna go to events, and then we're gonna import client. Same thing, you're gonna import client from dot slash client, and then we're gonna import client events from discord.js, and then we're gonna import client events, which is also an interface. So you're gonna interface run. Okay, and then client will be a client, and then args dot args. So we're gonna spread the args, and then any object, and then we're gonna export interface event. So you're gonna export the interface name will be key of client events, and then run will be the run interface. So let me just drink some water. Okay, so yeah, this is the interfaces. So the reason I created index.ts is because we can just export everything. Command, we can export command like this. Okay, and then we can export from event, and then we can export event. So you can just require a single file to access all these interfaces. That's the reason I created this index.ts file. So let me just export all of these. Okay, perfect. So now we can continue with our extended client. Okay, and then let me just go to our extended client, and then in here, the first thing we're gonna take in some more stuff from node modules. Okay, we're gonna take in collection. Also gonna take in message embed. Okay, actually we don't need a message embed. You're just gonna take in client collection, and then we're gonna import from Mongoose. We're gonna take in connect, and then we're gonna import path. We're gonna use path, I think. From path, we're gonna import from fs reader sync. We're gonna use reader sync, and then we're gonna import the interfaces by doing import from /interfaces. /interfaces, and then you're gonna take in the command. As you can see here, it allows me to import all of these from a file, so we need different files for it, and then we can just import config JSON from ./config ./config.json. Okay, so let me just go to config.json and add some stuff in it. So you're gonna put an object in it, and then token, and we're just gonna put in our token in here. So I have all this saved in here, so we can just copy this, and then next will be prefix. Okay, prefix, I'll just make my prefix ts and then exclamation mark, because it sounds more, it's easy. And then lastly, it's gonna be what is this, Mongo URI. Just copy this, Mongo URI. So in here you can just put in your Mongoose connection string. If you don't know what's that, link a video down in the description. You can check it out. It's how to connect to your database. So we're gonna use this in the later videos if this video does well. So yeah, let me just copy my Mongoose connection string. Okay, make sure not to share this to anyone. I'm just gonna regenerate this later. So this is my IP scope, so you can't really use my connection string. So yeah, so once that's done, you're gonna close this. We don't need all of these anymore. Okay, so now we're just gonna focus on here. So public commands, and then it's a equals new collection, and then public events equals new collection, and then public config equals config JSON, and then public aliases equals new collection. Okay, so now I'm just gonna explain IntelliSense on this. Let me just make this config. So it takes in config. Okay, so for commands, we can actually do this collection, and then the lower than more than symbol. Okay, so this has two parameters: the key value and also the type of the key and the type of the value. So for the type of the key, it's gonna be a string, and then the value will be command. So you're just gonna do this. Same thing over here, collection. The type of the key will be string, and then the type of the collection will be a event. And then config aliases is the same thing, string, command. Command, string, command. Collection. What am I even doing? Collection. Okay, so yeah, this is the publics, and then we will make a function to initiate the project async init. Okay, and then we're gonna log in into this.login. We're gonna log in through the Discord client. There's the config.token. As you can see here, there's IntelliSense, and then we're gonna connect to Mongoose by doing connect this.config.mongoURI, comma, use unified topology true, use find and modify true, use new URL parser true. Okay, so once that's done, we can start by, we're gonna use some commands. So I'm just gonna do this. So I'm just gonna make a command to tell that this is command section. So first we're gonna define command path. So we're gonna use path the join dir name. So dir name is equals to a client. And we're gonna exit a directory. So we're gonna go to the source directory, and then we're gonna enter into commands. So this is the commands directory. Okay, and then you can do reader sync command path dot for each of the directory dir. Okay, this is actually the same command handler with the first video that I've ever made in this channel, but it's in TypeScript. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to do this. So commands equals reader sync, whatever you want to call it, and then we're gonna use some template intros, and then command path, and then after exit the $sign thing, and then do slash, and then dir. Okay, and then we're gonna filter the files that only ends with TypeScript. So filter file, and then file dot ends with dot ts. Okay, so once that's done, we're gonna use a for loop to check over every single file. So for const file of commands, okay, for each file, okay, and then we're gonna require commands. We're gonna do this by doing const equals require, const command equals require, and then we're gonna use the template intros again, and then command path slash, and then dir, and then slash file. Okay, and then this dot commands dot set command dot name command. Okay, and then we're gonna check if there's aliases. If there's aliases, we're gonna set it into the collection. So command question mark aliases dot length. Okay, and then it's not equals to 0. We're gonna do command the aliases dot for each. Oh my god. Command the aliases dot for each aliases. We're gonna set it to this aliases dot set alias, and then comma, and then command. So you're just gonna, when we get it, we're just gonna run it. So yeah, next we're gonna do events. So it's almost the same, but we're just gonna do something different, a little bit different. So events, let me just do that, and then const event path equals path the join. It's the same thing. So let me just copy this. So and then change commands to events. Make sure it's capitals, because I have made all of these file capitals, folders I mean. Okay, and then reader sync event path, same thing, and then dot for each, but we're gonna take in straight away the file. We're not gonna use folders in the events. So const event equals await import, and then event path slash file. Okay, and then this dot events dot set event dot name comma event, and then we can actually console log the event so we can see if it's loaded. Okay, and then lastly this dot on. So basically this client dot on, the same thing, and event dot name comma, and the event dot run dot bind null this. Okay, so this is basically the extended client. So we can start by using this already. So let me just go to index.ts. So let me just show you. It's actually like 3 lines, I think, or maybe 2 lines. How you want to call it? So import client from dot slash client. Okay, and then we just do new client dot init That's all we need to do for index.ts, because all the code is in client already. Okay, perfect. So let's just go to commands and let's just create a simple command. So I will show you guys how to create this command. So I'm just gonna call this guild, and let me just call this testing.ts. Okay. Okay, actually we can just make it ping command, a simple ping command, ping.ts. Okay. So the first thing you want to do when you're creating command is importing the interface itself by doing import from // interfaces. So just do this, and then in here you're writing command. Okay, and then after that just do export const command. Okay, once that's done, you get IntelliSense for name, and then I'm just gonna call this ping run async client message args. Okay, so if you see here, let me just explain about the interface again. So if I pull my commands interface over here, okay, and if I make my description is not optional, so if I save this, you throw an error saying that description is missing in type. So we need, if you want something to be optional, just put a question mark behind it and then the error will be gone. Okay, so another fun thing about aliases, so let's say aliases and you forgot to make it an array, because aliases are arrays. So if you forgot to make it an array, you just put a string in it, so like hello. You can see here it throws an error. So this is the good parts about TypeScript. It allows you to detect this kind of errors. So if you change this to an array, it removes the error. Let me just put a comma over here. Okay, perfect. So let me just test this out, and we're just gonna do message.channel.send message.channel.send. As you can see here, it gives you IntelliSense channel. As you can see here, it gives you IntelliSense, so you don't need to do the parameters thing that I've done every single video. So message.channel.send, and then you can do template throws client.websocket.ping ping. Okay, so this is a simple command, and now let's head on to events, and let me just show you how to create a simple event. So the first event I'm going to create, we're just going to create 2 events. So first being ready.ts, second will be message.ts. Okay, so for ready.ts, first we're just going to do the same thing like commands. We're going to import the events this time, interfaces. Okay, we're going to import events. Okay, and then export const event. Okay, it throws error because I don't have name or run. So if I add name, and then we can choose a lot of events over here. Let me just put in ready, and a run will be client. Okay, so normally we have the only parameters is only 1 parameter or 2. So now we can, if let's say I'll show you guys in message later. Okay, I'll not waste my time explaining this. Console.log client.user.tag is online. So let me just show you guys an example in message.ts. What the frick is that? Import. We're gonna do the same thing. Import from interfaces. So for now, we're gonna need event, and also command. Okay, and then we're gonna import message from discord.js. Okay, and then to do the event, just gonna do the same thing. Export const event name message, and then run client message will be message. Okay, so what I mean by that is normally when we do client, Normally we'll do client. Let me just zoom in so you can see it actually. Client.on message. Let me just client.on. Normally we'll do this client.on and then message and then async message. So there's only one parameter, which is message. But now for each of your events, there is a additional, which is client. So you can access client like that. So client and then your arguments over here, the normal parameters. So yeah, this is how you do it. And then we're gonna do the basic um if command handler, which is if message.author bot, or it's not a guild, so if it's not a guild, or if message.content starts with, if it's not starts with client.config.prefix. Okay, and then we're just gonna return. Okay, so we're gonna define args now. Args equals message.content. Okay, and then dot slice client.config or prefix the length dot trim, and then dot split. We're gonna use regex. We're gonna split every single space for doing this. Okay, and then const command equals args dot shift dot to lowercase, and then we can, if there is no command, return. So if there's no parameters, const command, you're gonna define command right now, because client.commands dot get command or client.aliases dot get command, and then we can just do command to run if command, and then command as command, and then dot run client message args. I hope this doesn't confuse you. It's actually really easy. So as we're just gonna take in, we're gonna inherit the properties from the command interface, and then we can just use the dot run. Okay, so that should be it. So let me just open the terminal. Okay, to start the project, all we need to do is npm run start. Let me see if there's any error. I think there will be an. Okay. TS node dev. What's going on? JSON. Okay, so I forgot to put my file name. So the file will be dot slash src slash index ts. I don't know why they are wait so long. Okay, so let me just start that up again. npm run start. Okay, let's just wait for it. Okay, so as you can see here, this Mongo error over here, it's actually just a warning. I've searched that up. I searched up the threads. It's a harmless warning. It will be removed for I don't know when, but yeah, it's just ignore this. Okay, as you can see here, this is they are logging the events. So actually, you can just remove the logs because we know it actually works right now. So just go to index.ts, and then just remove all the console logs. Just remove this. Okay, and then if you save the file, you'll automatically restart. So yeah, as you can see, you're restarting, and then YouTube tutorials is now online. So if I go to my bot here, okay, and if I run a command, so let me see what is the command again. Ping, okay, ts ping. You would say 144 ping because my Wi-Fi is totally shit. But if I use my aliases now, tsp, as you can see here, it's actually the same 144 ping. So yeah, you can use commands and aliases. So this should conclude today's video on the TypeScript series. So this is the part 1 of this series. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and let me know down in the comment section down below. Okay, if you face any errors, feel free to join the support server. Links will be in the description, because we can't really help you guys in the comment section, because I have a team in Recon Dev that will help you. Okay, and then lastly, if you like this, make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Once again, if you want to see part 2 on the TypeScript series, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below saying that you want to watch it. Okay, yeah, that should conclude today's video. Other than that, have a nice day. See you in the next video. Bye.